Hey there guys, back for another beer review. Boy, do we have a possible future classic for you here. This is from Brassiere Sans Gluten from Montreal, Quebec. They're basically a gluten-free beer company, if you hadn't guessed by the name. And this is their Glutenberg Blonde Ale. They also have like a Glutenberg Red, Glutenberg American Classic Ale or Pale Ale or some such thing, and they have another one too. I'm not quite sure what it is. This one here is being distributed in the Maritimes right now by our good friends at Garrison. Not sure why, but they are doing it. So, and as you can tell, like all gluten free beers, it has the Nutritional Facts on it. 115 calories, 3% carbohydrates, which is 8 grams. Not a significant source of yada yada yada. Not a significant source of beer either, probably. Ingredients: water, millet, corn, demerara sugar, hops, and yeast. Interesting. This might not have just be too bad. It sounds like there's no real weird sort of grains put in there to substitute out the gluten grains. So we'll be right back after we open this up and we'll see what we think of it. Alright, we're back. We're pouring this Glutenberg Blonde from Brassiere Sans Gluten by way of Garrison. Alright. Man, one thing about these gluten beers, they really look like apple juice or something along those lines usually. Like this is like ultra clear. It is basically sort of like a golden color. Sort of looks like what's that? Golden ginger ale. Yeah, that's what it sort of looks like. A little bit of a head there. So we'll go right to the aroma. You know, that actually doesn't smell bad. There's not a lot there. It's a very thin aroma, but what I am getting out of it is sort of like a sweet grapefruit. Just very faint. Yeah, a little bit of sweet grapefruit, maybe a bit of corn coming out of there as well, but so it has a bit of a adjuncty lager sort of smell in a way, but it's mostly like just sort of this sweet sort of grapefruit, not necessarily the sort of intense grapefruit smell you'd get from hops from like an IPA or an American Pale Ale or anything like that, but it is there. So we're going to go right to the taste now. You know, that's not half bad. Surprisingly enough, it is not half bad. Again, it's very. These beers are usually not very complex at all. They really lack a lot. This lacks body. Very watery. Right up front, getting a bit more corn. Getting that sweet grapefruit taste again. It's very much there. Quickly peters out to this actually very nice dryness. There's a slight aspect to this as well, slight sweetness that sort of reminds me of, and tartness that reminds me of apple juice, but mostly it's just that grapefruit sort of taste, sweet grapefruit. Yeah, and it finishes very dry. just a teeny bit chalky, but it's not like a lot of these gluten beers where it's very chalky and just off-putting altogether. You know, this might actually be the best gluten-free beer I've ever had. I'm trying to remember what the Mongozo tasted like. I remember liking that one. Well, for what it was, anyway. You know, this actually isn't bad. I gotta admit. This is one I would actually recommend to gluten-free people out there, people who can't digest gluten, and you're looking for a beer. Glutenberg might be a good choice for you. Although I still sort of pity you guys because you pay way too much money for these beers. This was $14-15, something like that, for a 6-pack. Totally outrageous. I guess it's better than paying what you usually pay for those damn Le Messager beers, which are just totally fucking overpriced to the point just beyond good taste, really. But this is actually not bad. This is actually pretty good. It's a decent substitute for your normal regular beers. It tastes enough like beer. It's actually got some good flavors, no off flavors at all. Again, it's not going to stack up to a real authentic, well-made craft beer or whatever, but it's not something, you know, I'd be ashamed of drinking. You know, if someone handed this to me, I actually wouldn't turn this one down. So I'm going to say 3 out of 5 for Glutenberg's Blonde Ale from Brassiere Sans Gluten. They actually have a good gluten-free product here. I'm very, very surprised. Alright guys, that'll be it for this review, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.